Huge day for me in my trading journey. After 2 years in the prop firm space with Forex, I've acquired over $500,000 prop firm capital. I have kind of maxed out on some firms. I think I'm ready for a new challenge, and that challenge is going to be futures. So what I wanted to do is a full series where I take you guys from me being a very beginner. Now, I know very little, to the extent I wouldn't even be able to place a trade on a platform. I want to talk through everything resource-wise that I learn. I want to go through the learning phases. And I'm a higher time frame swing trader, so I can't trade future prop firms on the higher time frames. You have to close out before end of day. There's different rules to futures that a lot of trading prop firm traders in the Forex space don't really know about. I'm here to showcase and really hopefully get a lot of you guys into futures as well, because there is a lot of opportunity within futures. For some traders that are trading lower time frames, maybe 5 minute, 1 minute, it's going to be no real sweat because you can go straight into whatever you're doing already and just duplicate it. But for me, it's about building up a brand new strategy. Now, for me at the minute, I'm thinking more London session, which means really EU and GU. I already know them. I'm already working in the background on the bigger time frames. So I think it's easier for me to go with them and try and understand how I can tackle a challenge. So my goal, by the end of this year, I want to get funded, at least funded. I know the payout process is a bit different. So my goal is just to get funded. I want to document everything. Like, I'm talking everything, man. Learning the very beginning, the boring stuff, trying to translate what you can do from Forex to get into futures, how they differ, then go and look at the challenges and the different prop firms and investigate which one's the best or which one's maybe suited for you, then going into the back testing, then going into how you can collect data, how you can verify your strategy, and how you can prove that it is profitable. And not just that, you can stick to it, be somewhat mechanical and be consistent with it. So this is a whole new ballgame for me going to the lower time frames. Lower time frames and higher time frames are so different because on the lower time frames, you're sitting there for a longer period of time. I ain't going to sit for 3 hours a day. I'm looking at 1 to 1.5 hours a day, whilst I am currently looking at the new things I'm going to be doing in the space to allow myself to sit there and give a new challenge a go. So it's only going to be good stuff to learn. But I've got to be more accurate on these time frames. I've got to be very, very specific with my entries with a small stop loss. And to me, I've tried that before and it hasn't worked very well. So to come back into this, now it may not work for me, who knows? But I truly believe that I can go and show you that within being a beginner. I know I've got the mindset for it because I'm a successful trader now. But to be honest, if you follow the steps that I'm going to take you through, this is the blueprint. This is how to get there. It's purely follow along with me, go through the journey. And look, you can even do whatever you want with the strategy I managed to form. I'll let you know everything about the strategy. I'll go into the high details of how to create a trading plan. Like, I'm talking everything. Even journaling live trades, getting onto the Trello, marking up and journaling every little thing within that day and within that week, how to do weekend breakdowns. So you guys are going to want to stick around for this one. I ain't going to disappoint. And it's going to be a challenge for me. This isn't going to come first. Obviously, my other side of trading, which I'm already doing well in, and I'm currently in massive drawdown, is going to take priority of this. But for a side project of maybe earning a little bit more, being able to get a bit more funding and get some variety in my trading. So let's get into this episode of starting off of understanding how we can switch from Forex into futures with the minimal amount of hassle possible. We're not going to overdo it to start with. It's about understanding first what is futures compared to Forex. I'm not going to sit for ages and talk for everything. I'm going to put all 3 of these links in the description for you guys to have a look. Starting off with Top Step, probably the most credible futures firm that's been here for a long, long time. Just tells you the little details you need to know. Things are going to change as you go from EU. It's going to go to 6E. It's just tweaking a few details to get to that point where you understand it enough to trade it. The futures terminology, it says here, pips goes to ticks, pairs to products, lots to contracts, buy or sell into bid and ask, mini pair into micro. You will understand this more actually applying it. And that's the whole point of me picking up an account and actually testing to see what things are and then understand it more. Because for me, I'm more of a practical learner. But you can see down here, everything's here with a tick value. That's probably the biggest thing to understand is the tick size and tick value for each asset is different. That's going to take a little bit of time to understand. Also how to place the trades with how many contracts as well. But that's the very basics there if you just want to see what that means. Alpha Futures actually have a really good video that's specifically for Forex traders to get into futures, and this is what I watched. It's about 15 minutes long, and it literally will make you understand everything that you need to know. So all I'm going to recommend is watch this video, and then you'll know. be down below. Finally, one of the things spoken about in here is because we're dealing with futures, obviously each asset will have a variety of different time of expiry dates on the contract. So you don't want to be trading a really future date when you're trading recently because it lowers your leverage. The recommended idea is you're trading off the month, and for that you need to understand what contract to trade. So it's not as easy as just looking on MetaTrader and looking at Euro USD. You're going to have 6E for multiple different contract expiry dates. This is the CME group, and you need this link to understand which one you need to trade depending on the month, depending on the expiry date of what you want to trade, whether that be monthly or quarterly. So I'm going to put this down below as well. That's just a brief introduction of this. The next video, I am going to try and understand the different accounts to pick the most viable way for me to first of all understand this is the prop I want to go with first, and with that and the rules that are set between the accounts, when I go into backtesting, what do I need to actually understand? What do I need to apply in my trading that allows me, when the strategy's formed, that I don't have a 10 trade losing streak? So I don't want to come into futures and risk really low. I think the challenge is because they're on a monthly rolling basis as well, because it's different to Forex. The idea is you want to try and pass the futures account fairly quickly. Otherwise, month on month, you're just paying for no reason. So I do think the approach I will take is a higher risk on the challenge, because then at least I can pass it quickly with a few trades rather than taking months and months like I do on the trading Forex. They're the differences that I'm looking at right now. Every video for this series will be uploaded on a Sunday PM. So obviously my Forex will be Friday at some point in the day. This will be on Sunday, and I'll upload it weekly, sharing the journey and really honing in on everything. So if you have any questions, let me know down below. See you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace out.